in ZBrush. I don't know, ZBrush is acting like a hog. Sorry about that. It's freezing me up. This is a tiny model. It's Kingsley's fault. Can't blame Kyle, he's not around. It's Kingsley's fault. Hmm? It says I'm offline. I'm gonna show myself streaming. Oh, you do see me. Okay. They're all like, what are you staring at, you idiot? We see you. Ooh. Sorry. My support crew's really good. He just doesn't know how to turn on Twitch, I guess. Is it just raining out there now? Oh, great. Seattle's finally getting some weather. I love everyone's like, oh, Seattle, it rains all the time. That's not true. It's misty. It's like thick fog. It's not really rain. Cool. Well, I will gladly tell you what I think about it. So are you doing the miniatures for yourself, or are you actually having them produced? Because I'll tell you what, there are those guys who were doing the pieces, and they every time they came out with a new piece, they ran it on Kickstarter, and those guys made a friggin' fortune off those figures. I was like, man, I hand carved this crap. I couldn't do that. I was really jealous, actually. I'm like, oh, I want to kickstart D&D figures. Minotaur symbol a specific symbol? I mean, like, is it like copyrighted or branded? I mean, just make your own symbols. Uh-oh. Edit and Control N. Oh man, are you kidding me? Look at that. It's locking up. Alright, copy tool. Hey, Ricky. Alright, see you. Sorry. God only knows when that was. I keep losing people. Oh my goodness. You're killing me here. Alright, there we go. Control N, everybody out of the way. Paste tool. Where's ZBrush, man? What'd I miss? Hold on. Jim Cut Studio. Really? Because I've been building my own gem cutters here. Or trying. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Interesting. Fascinating, fascinating. All right, so let's get back to our groover. Frame. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty damn awesome. I've been trying to sort of rebuild that as a tool within ZBrush. I've sort of set up a cutter and been doing some experiments and cutting stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. But that looks awesome. I guess it's sometimes easier not to have to reinvent the wheel every time, right? And here, instead of move, I'm using slide, because that way I'm going to continue with the angle of the boat, right? So you can come in and just kind of push slide up, and that helps you retain your compound curves. I only use PC. Unfortunately, Macs just don't make powerful enough computers anymore for me to invest in a Mac. I mean, it's just, a Mac can't touch a PC these days. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I'll have to definitely look at it. Download for PC. Jesus Christ, Windows Vista. I'll give it a shot. Yes, PC is Windows. Just hardware wise, Mac doesn't make anything that even comes close to what I would consider a professional machine, or at least the oomph that I need. I mean, I have 100 million poly models, and I choke out a PC that has tons of RAM. I'm trying to get sponsorship from a company so I can get just something that can send somebody to Mars, or make an Acorn model. I tend to be extremely abusive on hardware. See, I want enough space in that so it looks like the rigging, like this stuff, is actually floating in there. Right, and then from the underneath, just to create a complex form. See, this might wind up being something where instead of just one, since this has gotten so much bigger, I'll take this part, pull it back, and we'll have two, maybe. That might give me a slightly more shippy feeling. Here, let's this here. Move that out. Kind of get that old galleon belly. And then that could go there and there. We will look. I mean, look, you know, I mean, there are plenty of professionals who use Macintoshes, and, you know, I love Mac. I'm not a Mac hater. I don't believe in the whole, oh, PC's better than that, blah, Mac's better than that, blah. You know, I have a Apple phone because I like all the Apple integration and all of that. And from what I understand, I am soon going to be dragged into the world of iPads here soon. So, you know, as far as having something to go to trade shows with and have a portfolio there ready where I can start showing people things, you know, you just can't beat an iPad, you know. I like my Apple phone. There's some software things that you can't use on a Samsung. So, you know, I've had Apple phones forever. I think people who are like company purist when it comes to like Apples and PCs are ding dongs, because let's face it, everything's going to be Linux in 2 years anyway. So it's still, you know, they're not so radically different anymore, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Or at least in my book, it's just, you know, Apple doesn't make something that has 4 22-core chips overclocked with a terabyte of RAM. You can't buy that in a Mac. And unfortunately, that's what I really want to buy. Just, you'll love this. Just the RAM and the chips. Not even the motherboard. Just the RAM and the chips I got to be $70,000. So I'm going to have to prove my worth here soon so I can have a snazzy, expensive, powerful computer. I think that's probably not true. Especially the new Wacom. I mean, you have to remember, Wacom invented the technology. Okay, I mean, they're the ones who invented it. Now, people may like it better than their like tablets and stuff, but when you get into the Cintiqs, you're dealing with something that has, what is it, 8,600 levels of pressure sensitivity, and there's no way in the world that Apple has anything coming close to that. Now, but if you're just sketching, you know, because G, my coworker, she uses an iPad. You have an iPad?
Yeah.
I mean, the pressure sensitivity is nothing like a Wacom.
No.
But like for sketching and stuff, it's more than fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can understand why people like them in that sense. But once again, if you're using a tablet as a professional, I don't mean to sound like a snot, but, you know, when you're making your money off of it, the capacity of detail and the capacity of the equipment really becomes a lot more important than, okay, yeah, one of these and I'm sketching on the airplane. You know, yeah, they're awesome. But it's not a professional tool. I say things like that, and I'm going to get beat to death by Bezos. He's on a warpath. He would be like, Tomas was talking about iPads. Let's go over there and beat him up. Yeah, that'd be my luck. Because according to his dating site, he owns most of Seattle. Yeah. I guess it's a Seattle thing to think about old Bezos, but yeah. So you can see here, all I'm trying to do is determine my curves, determine my planes, figure out what I want it to look like, figure out where I want my weights, right? And then look at it on the hand, right? Because you got to remember, this is going sideways, right? Your finger is going this way. So this is coming out and over the other part of the ring pretty dramatically. Well, no, it's perfectly good for, I would suggest a 32 only because you want as big. Once you start using it, you realize, oh, I can open all of these palettes and I can open all these, like on a 32, my palettes, I would have so much more exposed. Like when I saw the palettes for the two guys who are the sculptors for Ubisoft. Holy hell, the palettes they had out were just incredible. You know, everything's out. And I like working that way. But this, see how these cut off right here? Because that's where the cutoff for my Mobile Studio Pro is. So this interface was designed on the Mobile Studio Pro. And so you can see that I could jam another bunch of stuff here. And if I had a 32 inch, you know, I'd have at least another inch up top and bottom. My user interface would become very confusing. It would be awesome. So hopefully I can get my hands on a 32 here soon. Honestly, recently it hasn't even really been I've been sort of playing phone tag with a couple people at Wacom, and you know, they had CES and I had another show, and you know, it just hasn't been very conducive to getting together with Wacom, which is very sad. It's something I have to do this year because I definitely need new Cintiqs. True, but size is important. Don't let anyone tell you it isn't. It's very important. And sensitivity is even more so. Let's go look at Wacom real quick. Wacom, where are you? Now I'm hearing comments about my complete, absolute, and utter inability to type. It's not my fault. I'm broken. And where are our specs? Specs. Come on. Where's pen sensitivity? Oh, Seymour. That's what we're looking for. Pen pressure levels. So 8,192 pressure levels. So think about that as a gray color scale, right? That's 8,192 little squares between white and black. So it really allows for a dramatic pressure sensitivity, and especially you can set it up to, you know, be very soft and get harder as you go. So it's real important. To see errors? What are you talking about? Okay, I can't even get into this one. Yeah, no, 24 is awesome. I want every ounce, every millimeter of space I can get, because I jammed the living hajibas out of it. I need space. Also, I really want to get a 32 and a 24, because the problem with the Cintiq is that my second monitor is just a little monitor. Well, it's not little, but it's just a second monitor. And the problem with that is that I have to use a mouse to go to my second monitor. And I'm really starting to destroy my elbow and my shoulder because my mouse is over here. And just that little roll every day, all day, every day is starting to screw with this tendon and this tendon. And so having my second monitor be a stylus, so I can use the same stylus. Say like I wouldn't be able to use this and a 32 because they have different pins. So, well, here, I'll show you exactly why it helps. Let me divide this up. Well, let's just go higher res, right? So I tend to sculpt at fairly low Z intensities because I like to build up. But where the pressure sensitivity will help you here, or where it becomes an issue, this should work, right? So go soft and hard, right? And so this is pressure sensitivity. Now this only has like 2600 or 2400, not 8000, right? So what that allows me to do is from there, to there, that's pressure sensitivity, right? And so, and I'm only at 25%. Let's kick that up. And now you can see where we start super soft and it gets much bigger. Does that make sense? That, here, let's get back in the millions. And so, and the more sensitivity you have, the smoother these little steps are going from big to small. That's where pressure sensitivity comes in useful in ZBrush. Yeah, I think an Intuos only is in that 1200 range. Hold on. So, like I said, 8,192 compared to Intuos. Specs, show more. Wow. All I know is it can't be good because all it says is Wacom 4K pen. It doesn't even give you, am I just missing it? Wacom pen 4K. Oh, here it is. No, that's resolution. Oh, pressure levels. Oh, 4,000. Yeah, see, so it's not bad. Actually, well, this is a new one, too, to be fair. Hold on, let me see if my Cintiq is here. I think this is mine. Yeah, see, pressure level. So mine only has 2048 levels of pressure. So your Intuos, well, if you have a new Intuos, your new Intuos is twice as sensitive as mine. Yeah, exactly. It gives you the capacity to be able to have a lot of pressure and a lot of control over how you stroke. No, it's a big deal. It's awesome. But like I said, I've been, well, the 32 wasn't out forever. And then, all right, are you ready for this? Lazy Nezumi. Lazy Nezumi Pro, if you don't know it, go spend the 25, 30 bucks, whatever it is for it, because it is awesome. Now we are going to do, there it is, perspective ellipse. Boop. File, hook window, okay. Tap inside your window until it flashes red. There it is. So now I want to make this a nice, clean, beautiful curve, right? So now I'm gonna drag that out. Gonna drag that out. That's pretty good, except here. Let's bring this in. We're curling a little bit farther up at the end. There we go. And now take clay tubes. And look at that. Ta-da! Perfect curve. Sexy. There we go. Lazy Nezumi paw. Actually, I wish they'd just buy Lazy Nezumi and just add it. It's so awesome. There's a lot of programming that goes into it. What? You've never seen Lazy Nezumi? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Lazy Nezumi is the bomb. It has all these wonderful things. Isometric, so you can come in here and let's say, you know, you're going to be doing different lines. Look at that. Right. So it allows you to do that. And all of those here, I'll show it to you. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Oh my God, this is why I never use those damn things. Always go with a star. W. Cylinder. Divide. W. Boop. Cute. Divide, 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 divide. Get some geometry in there. Wait for it. Are you ready for it? Symmetry. X. Y, R. 100. Let's do 50. Oop. Wait for it. Well, what's funny is I only use like 4 tools. Wait for it. Here we go. Wait. Here. For all of those people who have always wanted to draw circles in radial, look at that. What? Are you kidding me? Oh no. Anybody who's ever tried to do a ring and then tried to do seats on that ring, understand how this right here is probably the coolest thing in the universe. Wait, I need little ones here. What? Look at that. I know. If you're not a jeweler, I don't think you've tried to do this nearly as much as any of us have. But let me tell you, this right here is the coolest thing in the world. Ta-da! I'm just saying, that's awesome sauce. Even if you buy it just to be able to have a circle. It's lazy mouse, pulled string is really nice. See how the tension's there? You can stop, pull. So I like its lazy mouse. The other thing, let's turn radial off. We don't need all that. So fisheye perspective, no, that's just ellipse. Fisheye perspective is really cool. You can change, where am I? So see, you can change your angle and boom. So you're doing a line there, and then you come to this line, you're like, okay, well, I want that line. And then you're like, oh, well, I want that line. So you can see you can do fisheye force perspective. And then there's also just isometric, which obviously, boom, boom, boom. So it's just super helpful. I mean, even if you just use isometric. So there's also, it's funny, they have all these things like gears. And like you can come in, and this is so totally programmable, and see how it does, like, hold on. Symmetry is supposed to be turned off. It's not flat, so it's not the best. Hold on. Let's go here. Really? There we go. You can kind of see it better there. Right. And you can change the degrees, the rotation, the radials. And you can come in here and deal with all of these curves of the fall off. And I mean, it's mind blowing what you can do with it. But literally, I just kind of, it's like you could have like your vanishing line generator. No, go up that. Really? You just. Right. And you can see you can get things that line up, and then there's connected lines, which is kind of cool. Wait, turn it back on. So you're drawing. You can see how it went from the starting point. You can kind of we want it to go from the end, right? So we come in, we draw our line, we draw a line, you draw a line, right? So, and then there's parallel lines, so you just get this, you rotate it around, and then you have parallel lines. All those little hash marks I do by hand all the time, I wish I'd had this for 15 years. Let me tell you, this is right? Super cool. This is an awesome tool. I love it. I use it all the time. All right, enough of that nonsense. Back to our boat. All right, there we go. And so now that's looking pretty smooth. Gonna come back in here. No, your lazy Nezumi should show up on any program. All you do is turn it back on, make sure Photoshop isn't turned on, right? Turn it on. And the only way you get it to work, you have to go into File, go hook window. Okay, and tap on the window. And it'll flash. File, hook window. Okay. Touch the window. Oh, it's already hooked. Good point. Thank you. Let's go to mischief. Boop. Turn on mischief. Come here. Hook window. Okay. Tap inside the window. Really? Are you just... Am I just not seeing the... And so even in your illustration programs, right? Rotate that around. Lazy Nazumi rocks, but you do have to hook the windows. Turn that off. And I think it's pretty much anything. I think it's pretty much any program, it'll do it. It's pretty impressive, actually. Let's bring it back real quick. Ellipse. Now, I'm not really worried about this being super accurate. I'm just trying to get an actual circle here. So I have a solid reference point, because I'm going to come back in here and either Boolean and or project to my ring size. All right, hide that. And so now I know I can knock this back. And I'm just gonna use that circle as my design edge, right? Just so when I look at it, it's not all muckled up. If that makes sense. Boop. And now I have a solid visual of the ring, right? There we go. So now when I look at that, it's not this hergurky-jerky line that throws my eye off, and it makes me a little crazy. So there we go. Right, so now I'm gonna look at this. Once again, this is gonna change dramatically the second I put the mastheads back on. But they're not set up for this angle, so they're gonna take a little more work. And right now, that's not what I'm working on. I'm working on this body, right? Hey, how we doing, Ash? If people don't know, that's Ashley. She's one of our streamers, and she streams on her own page, A Cubed, and she is awesome sauce. She's incredibly talented and super nice and really likes bread. She's a big bread fan. At least that's the mythology I heard. I don't know, how do I do it? How do I put you up there? Is there a way to get that little thing to put your... I don't know how to do it! How do I do it? So do... That didn't work. Damn it. Put your little thing up there. You can call yourself out. I'm obviously... See, I suck at this game, man. I need some Twitch lessons. See, how do you do that? But that's you, ding dong. Or that's me. You're supposed to put you there. Did you just copy and paste that from somewhere? Damn it. I suck. Man, Ash. Come in, make me look dumb. To be fair, I do that perfectly well by myself. I know it. Well, you always do it for me. You put mine up there. Mord, put hers up there. Somebody put hers up there since she's being like this. She's being call out shy. Man, whatever you say, you're awesome sauce. She does slobber like no one else, man. She is a badass slobber maker. Sculptor. I don't know if she makes slobber. That's getting too personal for Twitch. See, you know how to follow. You're right. I don't even know how to put a call out for me. Okay, I'm an amateur over here. I've only been doing this what, a year. I still don't know what to do. Commands add. All right, I'm obviously going to have to do a little research. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Figure out how to do that. No. You just type that in? Well, how come you type that in and see? Yeah. So I really suck at the self-promotion thing, if you haven't noticed. Oh my goodness. That's absurd. That's absurdity. Hey Dave, text Gmin, tell her we don't know how to do call-outs. Put her on that one. See? Even Ash agrees. Dave, you need to sort that out.
Yeah.
Support team. Oh my God. Hey, I'm glad that Ash is flooding the chat. At least someone's chatting with me. It's very nice to have someone chat with me. None can pass. Do you have a picture of your sword wall? Isn't that like a song by those guys who looked like the Beatles? It's my sword wall. Okay, I just showed that I can't sing either. Ah, yes. My multi-talented lack of talent. So what are you doing, Ash? How's the puppy? Ah, that's right. I forgot. I couldn't figure out how to ban, but you have to turn on your mod button to have all your mod thingies going. Well, you know, we're going to have a Skype to Twitch, so you can teach me how to use this program, because I'm obviously not very proficient. I guess I can. I'm going to start streaming on my stream again here soon, so I guess I can learn there. Yeah. All right. So there we go. I'm making a boat ring, and it's really big boat. It's a really big boat. See, these cats are completely the wrong angle now. Wow. Well, I've streamed a little on my stream before. I just probably didn't do it very well. I think that's pretty much a given at this point, huh? See, they've changed a lot. They have changed a lot. Oop. Delete hidden, close holes. Alrighty. We're not going to work on them yet, though. We have more stuff to do down here. Boop. Well, see, there you go, Mort. You figured it out. See? And then it doesn't work the next time. I know. I have no answers, man. I do not know. See, Ash just comes in, makes me look dumb, does a hit and run, bells. Yeah, I think that's actually what I should have. Exclamation point, dingus. Oh. See, this is why you get more viewers than I do, because you aren't as goofy as I am. Oh, backface masking we need on that. Nope. Come on. No, that's not what I need to do. We do not need that. We need this in here. Boop. I do stream at stupid o'clock, you're right. I want to talk to them about doing the crit actually during the day, because I had a few people say they wanted to join, but it's too late for East Coast. So I might see if I can get a day during the day to do the crit stuff. You didn't bring a model in for critique, by the way. I'm just saying I'm a little disappointed in you. I was looking forward to looking at your model to critique, so people could learn from you. See, my support team is now reminding me that it is now time for me to go pee. I think it's a popular opinion, my dorkiness, when hello. Yeah, I'm working on it. I will try to get a week session, a day session. I don't want to shit talk your models. Your models are beautiful. And I think that by explaining to other people and to you how wonderful your models are, that people can learn from my opinion of your models. And then we can finally print something for you. Because I still haven't printed something for you. We've been talking about it for a while now. Oh, see that? No backface masking. That's what that weird. Backface masking, super important. See this big sucky uppy dumb dent thing? Oh no, that was just a crappy. Never mind. Never mind. Thought that oh, look at me. And then Krampus. All right. Once again, metal conservation. We don't want a ton of. I thought I turned that on. Okay, we'll go through this again. Backface masking is really important, and you can do it while masking. Let's undo that, since I obviously didn't. See, hold on mask. See, backface masking is on. Rotate it out. Hold your mask. And you see it will not pass the horizon line. See how it's holding on to that edge right there? Das ist gut. We're going to go like this. We're going to tap this a couple times, make it soft. W, let's pull that in. All right. Cute. How's the weather where you're at, Ash? I very rarely use trim and clip, honestly. The problem with trim and clip is that when you do a clip, it doesn't actually remove the material. What it does is it takes all the material that you've clipped and jam it down on that surface. So once again, my main thing, everything I teach, my techniques, everything, 13 years of developing these techniques are about keeping and retaining printable geometry. And the clip tool becomes a very destructive tool in the sense of, like I said, it takes all of this. Here, let me see if we can do it. All right. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Clip. Ow. Yeah, it looks like we were going to get snow all week, and thank God it's kind of warmed up. We had, I think it was like 10 inches of snow. What'd they say we got total? Yeah, 8-10 inches of snow. And Seattle has no shovels, has no salt, has nothing. So it turns into this beautiful sliding death trap of ice. It's pretty awesome. So here, hold on. Where's clip? No, there we go. Clip rectangle. Okay. Oh. Or you wind up with things like that. XYZ symmetry freaks it out, just so you know. Okay, now see what I mean here? So what it's done is it's taken all that geometry and crushed it down on this. Now, if you're printing, I hope you see how this is a huge problem. Because now you have all of that. No, fair enough. Wisconsin had it pretty tight. They poor kids in Wisconsin, man, they don't get snow days. It snows, that stuff is off the roads, things are clean, they have a billion trucks. But Wisconsin gets, your kid can't go to school because of 2 minutes exposure will kill the skin. So they have the, your skin will die if you go outside days. Those are always very exciting. Tea. Hold on. Horse pill. Super good. So this is where, oh yeah, no, I moved from Los Angeles to Northwest Wisconsin in winter, and I thought it was the coldest thing I'd ever experienced. It was 83 in LA, and it was 38 in Wisconsin. And I actually had the little phone screen cap of the inverted numbers, and I was like, oh my God, look at this. It's crazy. It's horrible. It's blah. Next day it was negative 14. I was like, because everyone was like, you're a wood. What the hell? This ain't cold. Next day, negative 14. I went outside to make a phone call, and I literally couldn't move the joints of my hand. I was like, what's going on? I was not prepared. Yeah, I learned some very serious lessons about weather in Wisconsin. You don't want to go to Wisconsin. No, Wisconsin's beautiful, full of lovely people. But, so Carmit, do you see that? See this geometry? See how it's all crushed into that one little spot? That's the problem with that. All right. Did that answer your question there? So I tend to avoid tools that are destructive to the geometry until far later in the process. And unfortunately, the clipping is very rarely the last thing you're doing. So I don't find it very helpful. What would I do instead? Well, you know, that really depends. I mean, honestly, you can just do that, delete hidden and close holes, and, you know, there you go. And then I, of course, would then ZBrush that because the geometry on the side of it isn't the same as the geometry on the back, and that bothers me, you know. So, it's tough. Yeah, they were. They were freezing solid. That's exactly what's happening at negative 30, by the way. Masking tools? You mean, what are you asking me? Okay. I hate these lumps. See these lumps? I see them and they really bother me. Curves have to be sexy, and lumpy curves are not sexy. Alright, see there's like that bump right there. You're not going to see that. It's going to be under a mermaid. Well, you can. I mean, slice works really well. I mean, here. You know, you just... where's slice? Okay. Problem with that, you can't do it with multiple subdivisions. Let's hide that. Right, and there you go. So now you've cut it. Well, you can take it, delete hidden close holes. Yeah, all kinds of things. It depends on what you're doing, of course. Excuse me. Back down to our boat. Boop. All right. Right. So now we are going to determine. Okay. You like this. So duplicate. And now I'm going to make our beams. But luckily we have that beautiful thing. What is it? Lazy Nezumi Pro! Perspective ellipse. Boom, shiny. Thank you. Okay, so that's not center. That's always... Alright, boom. Well, that is not clay tubes. Hmm. Boop. Hmm. 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 And see, now everyone's online. How absolutely friggin' awesome is that? Hi, Navely. Right? Come on. Say it. Super cool. Alright. You can see I'm not being too careful with the edges because once again, I'm just trying to get things in place. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Now, con. Pooh. That was all fun. And then, anybody see what happened? Tomas didn't turn symmetry back on. Yep. Yep. Shloop. pretty close. I'm going to turn this up a little. Symmetry's on. Oop. See, that worked better. Okay. There we go. Now that should, and damn well better, be on all sides. But see how useful Lazy Nezumi is? It's awesome. Yeah, it's a great tool. If you buy Lazy Nezumi, guess what you have? You have Lazy Nezumi in ZModeler. You know, there are points where you could have more than one piece of software. Okay, so now let's bring this down here. Let's see what we got going here. You know, I would say you buy a PC. No. Yeah, that is the only problem with Lazy Nezumi, is that it is a PC program. Hey Stylus for Mac?
Yeah, but it doesn't do everything that Lazy Nezumi does. But it's got the smoothing.
Well,
it's got extra. So.
But does it have like the radiuses?
No.
No, unfortunately, that's because I mean, technically, ZBrush has lazy mouse.
Yeah.
You know.
It does a little bit more smoothing.
Does it?
Yeah.
Hey Stylus? H-E-J Stylus. Here, let's look it up. For all of you Mac users.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
H-E-J. So it looks like that it's mostly correcting curves, smoothing. No, it does have, look, it has a circular ruler. Yeah.
Oh, the new version does.
Yeah, look. Has, ooh, what? What? Wait a minute. That's pretty rad, actually. But look, Hey Stylus has a circular ruler and this absolutely awesome badassery going on over here.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Like for what I'm doing right now, that would be actually pretty darn good. Oh yeah, see, it has like your little perspective thingy locked points, so it'll do radiuses. It'll do locked angles, so it'll do the parallel lines. I don't know what freehand is. Oh, it just lets you draw ruled lines, whatever angle you pick. That's nice. Well, there you go. I don't want to hear any more crabbing about it. Hey Stylus. Let's see, how much is Hey Stylus?
20, 30 bucks.
Hey Stylus is $30. So it's
Same price.
yeah.
Zooming.
Yeah, it's the same price as Nezumi. Awesome. So there you go, Kermit. Boom. I can't laugh at you anymore. Well, yeah, I can. Look at you starting a fire. Ah! You're like, it was a dumb fence. All right. All right, I think. Yes, we can. Kermit's not invited to anyone's open fires. She's dangerous. All right. Well, boom. But sometimes freehand just still is best. The pictures are awesome. You are priceless. Okay. Boop. SK trim. Flattening up my humps. You're not going to see most of that anyway, but it needs to be clear because we are going to make a frame out of it. Gesundheit. All right. Right. Now, ooh, that's not what I want. So I'm coming back and getting these all flat and smooth. So now it's kind of trying to figure out the best way of doing this. Wow. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I don't know how to master Twitch. I don't even know how to do a call out. But the sentiment is greatly appreciated. All right. Okay. So I think this is our basket. Right? So, there's always the mesh extraction method, but we're going to try something else today. We might revert back to that only because my surfaces are not the best, but I like the geometry I get out of it better. So Obsidian, are you still there? All right. Look at this. Look this up. Jim Cut Studio. I just downloaded the trial, but this looks actually quite interesting. Come on. Really? No. I love when they hide things right where you can't get to them. It's quite awesome, actually. And we were talking about how to calculate custom cut stones. This, and look, it shows you the cutter path here, and then it also gives you a rendering of what's going on in the stone. Check that out, because I think that is worth every penny. Looking cool. All right, so how are we going to deal with this? I think we are going to do this. Let's come back in. Straighten that out. So I'm just using SK Trim Polish. SK Trim Polish really is, I think, the best tool to retain edges. If you look as it's smoothing, watch it pinch this geometry towards the edge, right? And so when you come back the other direction, it loads your edges. Look at that. It's awesome. Okay. And whoop. All right. Wow, how did I get this mess? That's annoying. See, remember we were talking about trying to keep your Z-remesh nice and clean? Okay, for all of you who haven't seen this, I'm sure every single one of you has had this issue, right? You come in here, you have these weird little triangle points. You go to smooth it, and look at that. It doesn't smooth. It is so frustrating. Come under brush. Down here, smooth brush modifiers. See here, minimum connected points to smooth. Make that 1 and watch. Ta-da! Look at that, it's magic. For some reason, it doesn't save as a preset though, which is kind of annoying. Because you have to come back in and do it. And you only remember to do it when you get something like that. But there it is. As you notice, I'm not even going to worry about that right now. Let's go back up to our higher res. Smooth it out as we go. Awesome sauce. Okay. So we've come in. Clay tubes. Yes, for all of those who are not used to my stream or are new here, I use clay tubes for everything. I think it is a great brush, and it's just real conducive to how I sculpt. So I am a clay tubes monkey. I use it a lot. But it allows me to control my edges. And yeah, good tool. All right, so here we go. We are going to come in here. Topological tool. Nope. That's why we duplicated this. Duplicate, delete lower, because topological tool will not work on something that has multiple meshes or multiple layers in your mesh. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think taking this corner, I might be hosing myself. You have to think about your grids, and I think this is going to mess my grid up. Let's see. Nope. That's weird. If you don't have truly clean surfaces, this can become a messy process. You gotta hope your geometry works. Sometimes, see how it's kind of rejecting that? See how it didn't accept that one? Yeah, that might not be the best. Yeah, I agree. I think that I downloaded the demo, so all we have to do is just pay for it and they'll give you a code. But without a doubt, I think for the money, that's incredible. Oh, why? Thank you very much. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole point, you know. Let's all try to improve. Because I'll tell you, it's a long, arduous task improving. No, actually, it's for what it does. It's incredibly cheap. I'm a little blown away by it. I'm glad that Gary showed us that. We're talking about the stone cutting software. Come on. All right, fine. So if you have these curves and you can't get rid of them, come under curve function, delete. It'll get rid of all those. So, and that was a nice idea. And I was actually really hoping that that would work, but it didn't. Get my focal shift out of there. Hide that. No, clay tubes. Okay. What's going on? Hello? Nah. Well, I've been trying to figure out how to do it in ZBrush, but there's this program called Gem Cutting Studio, and it seems pretty friggin' awesome. It shows you your reflection bouncing. It shows you what it does, you know, the custom cut, how it deals with your refraction process. These are your cutters. It gives you your angles so you can actually send this to a cutter. I mean, that's super damn cool. You know, and I guess it has a bunch of patterns for things, but it shows you your cuts on a stone cutter, like on a cutting machine, you know. It's showing you what you should be cutting, the name of the cut. It gives you where you should be going to. It's pretty rad. I mean, even if you were just wanting to learn stone cutting, this looks like an incredible way to visualize. See, it's showing you your cutters. What happens when you change your pavilion depths? It shows you, see, That's what I've been trying. See, this is what I've been building a cutter to do in ZBrush, but this is. But is it this like interactive? I mean, that's rad. It's pretty cool. What was the other one? GemCAD. Just give me GemCAD. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, but that one does it all while you're doing it. That's pretty cool. Does the other one not export? That'd be a real drag. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. Documentation, come on. So, so you're telling me that GemCut doesn't export the cut? You can also export back to a gem file. GemCAD's only $100 too. Interesting. Well, I have the demo. I'll definitely look at it. That's incredible. I'm not going to get Blender. Oh, good. No. But the other one does. Gem Cutting Studio Pro, whatever. It does. Because if it doesn't export, that's annoying. I would say it's useless, but that's not true. Why is that doing that? So we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, good. Well, then, there it is. I don't care if it's older. I just need something to visualize stones. And it does cutting reports. That's rad. It's so funny. You should see me sitting here trying to build this GemCAD in ZBrush. I'm working on it. It's something that is on my things to do, or things that I am trying to do. And if you know me in math, I have dyscalculia. So, watching me try to even think about math is probably one of the funniest things in the world. For those people who can do math, because numbers mean absolutely, completely, and utterly nothing to me. It's tricky. It's a tricky world to live in. But yes, oh, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. How I forget. This never works with masking, because control is a function. And all right. No, math is not my friend. Math is that nasty bully that makes fun of you and pulls your underwear up into your crack. That's math in me. That's the extent of my life in math. Dyscalculia. Look it up. It's a joy. But that is absolutely awesome. Yeah, watching me do math is, for someone who can do math, has got to be agonizing. I mean, like, I could do scale, but that's not math. That's reading a ruler. I can do that. Well, sometimes. Like I said, I have probably one of the most industrial dyslexias made. It's a bruiser. Because it's not just it's not just dyslexia. It is complete how I see the numbers presented are completely dependent on their relation to other linears, and like the color of the paper makes me view numbers differently. Whether it's lined paper, yeah. I can't really express how happy math makes me. But needless to say, if you're good at math, I am probably super fun to hang around, just because you probably laugh a lot. I know we laugh a lot at me in my capacity to math. Yes, my capacity to math is something to see. As you can see, I'm not being super careful here. What was I trying to do with the topological bars? Well, I was trying to do this, but I don't have the patience to deal with it right now. So this is the much easier way of going about this. I'm making my cage. Now I'm not going to go around this corner. I'll show you guys in a second. So this is important to start to wrap your head around when you're starting to extrude. I'm going to take this, hide this for a second. And here, I guess I didn't have to hide it. Here, back face masking becomes important. Mask, Alt. Back face masking is on. And I'm just going to... And this works better if you have an angle, right? If you're working at an angle like this. Because now it's not going to try to crawl around that corner. Because the back face masking, see, keeps it. But because I couldn't get a good angle on it, it got a little sloppy. And that's okay. But I'm just going to come back in and keep it on the inside of the bend as much as I can. because I really don't want to deal with the extraction bending around that corner. We got a lot of ugly artifacts when we do that, and it's really annoying, and I just get peeved and crabby. And see, we don't want to do it here as well. Make sure that we're staying on the flat. So just kind of get rid of that. Okay, top. All right. It's kind of a crap. Yeah, we'll deal with it when it's actually neat. Extract. I don't know what it is. We'll just extract it and look how thick it is. Now, I'm just doing this to see what the thickness is of my extraction. But you will notice that this will come out away from the surface, right? So I just made my ring thicker or bigger. That's not what I want to do. But the thickness looks okay for me. So we're going to come back here and make this negative 0.03. Extract. And now this should go inside the ring. So my extraction is going under the surface. So that way my surface stays the same. But yeah. You will see in a moment. See what I mean? It's extracting to the inside. We're just going to say accept and look at this. Hide that for a second. All right. See this kind of weird little stuff right here? That's just masking stuff that I had left. Let's look at our geometry. See how it's a mesh. See how we're at 7.92 million polys. That is not what we want. So here we go again to my favorite tool in the world. Undo the mask. Double check. Now, yeah, negative extract. And because it's 7 million polys, this is actually kind of good for me because I want to come in here and just soften this inside up just a touch. Because when I come back in, I want this crap gone. Hold on, let's undo that. There we go. Split the parts. Get rid of these little floater things. It's easy to get floaters in. See, look, we had that many floaters. Normally I will do that in a different part so you don't have to come over here. So for the people who asked the last time why I append to a different part before I do this, which I didn't do, it's so I don't sit here and have to delete all this crap. It'll be in a different subtool. You just pull the part back out and then back into your normal model. Because this was only 17. Sometimes you can get, I mean, I get things that stop because it's like, oh, you can't have more than 10,000 surfaces. So yeah, or 1,000 surfaces on it. Okay, with it masked, I will now come back in, X, turn symmetry back on, Sloop, and just smooth this all back out. And this will return it. You get just a little bit of puff when you do this. So this takes everything back down to that sort of original size. Okay. There we go. And now, let's just double check in here. And we're going to come in and smooth this out. We're going to smooth that out. See how these cross each other? Right? Super annoying. So this tells me that these folds are sitting on the same surfaces, if that makes sense, right? You know, this has come down and crossed over. So before I remesh, I want to go W, come in here, oh, turn off symmetry, come in here, remesh by union. You know, no, I don't think so. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think you can. I mean, you could extract the mask and save the extraction, and that'll always give you that surface again that you can reproject to. Does that make sense? Maybe? So remeshing by union is Boolean unioning this together. So when I Z remesh it, it won't have all that garbage surfaces that are all kind of inside each other. See, let's come right back to that one little area. Where was it? Right here. Right? And remember that was two different pieces. Drop this. And now it is one piece. So we have succeeded in that. Now I'm going to come back in, and like I said, I'm just going to run over these edges with smooth. And that is because, like I said earlier, when you Z remesh, it is going to try to keep detail that's in there. And so I don't want it trying to keep this weird toothy edge. Not what I'm looking for. I doubt it's what you're looking for. It's coming back in, knocking all these hard surfaces back and down. Now under normal circumstances, I would have saved this before I did this. And you're like, oh crap, well I didn't save it. I've blown it. So now I have to start over and do it again. Not true. I will show you. So we're getting all this down. It's all smoothie. We're getting there. Symmetry. Got to redo it all again anyway because I'm a ding dong. I'll go a little quicker. Because see, if you have symmetry on, you only have to do a quarter of it. You don't have to do all of it. Unless you forget. Alright, so there we go. We're all kind of soft, round. Now, this is where we have to make a decision. And I think we're going to do it now. So I'm going to take this. Nope, 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 wrong. Okay. Let's go to masking. We're going to do mask lasso. There we go. And I am going to mask right here. Mask that. Mask that. I'm just going to give myself a little extra mask there. Now I'm going to get rid of this real quick. Another way of doing this is, no, damn it, Jen. Flipping it. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. There we go. Rotate this around. You can do this with view front, but I think nope. Nope. Sometimes you have to talk to your machine. Angry. Give it the angry voice. All right. Symmetry's on. All right. Make my brush smaller. Mask. Change my focal length a little. Mask. Back face masking. It's just Control Shift. You drag it out, and then you hit Alt, and so there you go. Right, Control, Alt is subtract. So it's just sort of a cut thing, you know. So now I'm going to come in here, and I am going to make sure. Nope. Take mask lasso off. No problem. And now we want to make sure we're gonna unmask this. I'll show you a different way that's a little faster, but I just don't think that these angles are going to work with it, so it would just be confusing. Come in here, knock that down, knock that down, knock that down. All right. Okay, I think that'll do. Bring that back in. We're still masked. Flip. W. Come down here. Drag it in. Oop. Turn that off. Cute. Make sure that line is actually there so you don't get pulled through. Now let's try that again. W. Pull that in. And then I'm going to make it a little wider. No. Okay. I don't know. All right. So now that's going through that. I'm gonna just grab, move, smooth this down, and just kind of push this back up into the turn symmetry back on. Turn symmetry back on. Push this back up into the surface. Come back in and just smooth these out a little. Make sure that this is sort of flush with that. I don't want a big lump there. All right. And now we're going to remesh by union one more time. That way we're making that shank solid. Turn symmetry off. Boom. Remesh by union. Your ZBrush brushes are not working on objects even if I am in edit mode. Is your Z intensity turned up? Is Z intensity, if that's at 0, it won't work. What brush are you using? All right, just real quick. I'm going to take this, I'm going to go to star, I'm going to append in and bring this in. This is why I do this. Boom. Split the parts. Well, you can do this in your own thing. I just want to visualize this. A way to do, here, never mind. I just want people to see the mess that comes out of this stuff. Let's see how many tools are there. All right, so graphics line. Can you send me a picture of your interface? Right, just take a screenshot so I can see what it looks like and we can see if we can figure that out. So look, we have 65 pieces that were just floating. Booleans create these weird like little floaters very often. So you want to be able to get rid of them. Now, if you just go split the parts, this happens. So you want to do that in a different tool. Now this tool does not have that crap in it. Here's how you can do it here. You come here, you go auto group, and then hold down Control Shift and just tap this guy. Hold on. Oh, there you go. So you see what happens? I auto grouped it, and then by tapping the outside shell, see here, split here. We'll split hidden. What that does is hide these parts, and these are all of the noise. Let's see, frame. You can sort of see right here. Let's turn this on. There you go. Right, and that's just where the Boolean left artifacts. So you can do it in the same tool by auto grouping, split hidden, or you can just delete hidden. I wanted you to see that. So delete hidden, we're going to delete that because it's just crappus. Now we're going to come in here and I'm going to look at this. We're going to just kind of get everything nice and smooth again. Did that? Crappus. No, that's not. That's not what I wanted to do. See what happened? when I extract it, see this little hole right here? That blew it. So we didn't do what I wanted to do. I think we can just use inflate. Come in here and inflate this up. Right? You want to make sure that this hole is now closed. Right? Boom. Now come back in and smooth. Inflate creates a bunch of weird artifacts. So sometimes you have to do it in a few different steps. Right? I'll come in. I got it all close. But it was really distorted. Now I can just come in and just creep up on it without really getting a huge distortion. We're going to fill that up. All right. Does everyone understand? Oh, crap. Why do I keep doing that? All right. I keep forgetting to turn symmetry back on. And that makes this a pain in the butt. Graphics line, did you hear me? If you can send me a picture of your interface, I'll see if I can figure out what's going on. Okay, so there we go. This now has a shell in it. This isn't solid, it's hollow. Does everyone see that? So we come back in here. I'll just do clay buildup. Right, you can see that we're still missing here. Smooth it out so you don't get weird artifacting. But we have that hole right there. I want that to close. So inflate. There we go. Does everyone see kind of what happened here and how we're fixing it? Now we did that. What the hell? I did it again. You're seeing this, right? This is Tomas being a dip. All right, let's try this again. We turn our symmetry back on. Weird little holes. Where is that? It's right here. All right. It's down here. See that hole? We can't have that hole. That hole is very bad for us. So we fill it. Ah, don't do it. Hopefully that's a quick save and not a crash. Okay, stop it. There we go. And we're just going to okay. Fill that up. Goodness gracious. For something that is that easy, that was a pain in the butt. Alright. Does everyone see why we had to do this? Because I want this to be solid, but that little hole creates a shell, and so it is no longer solid. It has this little hole. right? And I'll fill that up a little too. See that artifacting? You want to get rid of that. So it's inflate, smooth, inflate, smooth, and you just have to do it a couple times just to keep it kind of clean. All right, boom. We will try this one more time. W Boolean remesh by union. Ooh. I don't know if y'all have had these things. Forto coffee shots. Just saying. They're pretty awesome. I don't know how much caffeine's actually in them, but they're awesome. All right. So is everyone, am I still out there broadcasting? I haven't seen anyone talk to me in a number of minutes. Right? They are awesome. Costco, buy cases of them. I know I do. Okay. So now, flip. See, look at that. See that big lump of crap in there? Hopefully that is separated. Let's see. Auto groups. Score! Look at that. So now we do that. Nope. Nope. Stop it. What are you doing? Okay. Cute. Flip. Tap. See that? Delete hidden. Boom. Flip again. Look, it's solid. Yay. All right. So you can see that that's actually kind of an important visualization. And that's why the Boolean leaves artifacts is that it knows that it created a separate part right there, but it doesn't know that it's supposed to get rid of it. So you have to get rid of those artifacts. If you're just making pictures and stuff, then it's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about it. But as I go to printing with everything I do, that stuff right there will destroy a print in a heartbeat, or it can jam up printing software. Damn it. Turn symmetry back on. That's super annoying. I have not been good at that today. Just coming back in, smoothing some stuff out. Because at the end of the day, we are going to remesh this bad boy. Ba-doop. And this, like, I'd be more worried about this, but I know there's a mermaid being slapped on that sucker, so it's not going to really matter. W. Bump, bump. Remesh by ZBrush. Right? Turn symmetry back on, idiot. I think let's try 10,000. I had to turn it off because I'm doing this. So I want this to be as low symmetry as possible because I want as many subdivisions as I can get when I start subdividing this. I want thank you, of course. I enjoy it. And here very soon I will start streaming on my at TS Wittelsbach, or Twitch at TS Wittelsbach. And yeah. Anybody have any questions why this is Z remeshing? Anyone? Because I know this is a super exciting stuff. We're using 41% of my CPU right now. 43. 41. Pretty awesome. Whatever. Okay. While this is doing this, I'm going to pee real quick. Be right back. Woohoo! That was good.
Oh, it's just out of reach.
The other thing that brown and sharp calipers are really good for is scratching your back. See, I don't have a support team for scratching backs. Okay, there we go. Glove. Oh, it's time for our. Did it work? Oh wow, there we go. Remesh. Yay, remesh. It is time for, wait for it. This is now becoming a weekly test. Okay, I'll leave that open. Hold on. Shop. Dokiware 2. Come on, you can do it. Out of stock, everything. Wah! That's really frustrating. Look, out of stock. Dokiware. Okay. I'm not very entertaining. You're so much more entertaining sometimes. You notice I said sometimes. Sometimes I can be very entertaining. Okay, so there we go. We have a nice low, only 39,000. That's rad. Cute. Get rid of that. And now we're gonna start dividing that rascal up. Come on, there we go. About 10 million polys. Now I have a nice, beautiful frame that I can start working from. It's light. Super nice. Look at that. Super nice. Now let's look at this. Boop. We're just going to leave that for now. See, the question is, duplicate. No. No, delete. And now we can come back in here and get rid of some of these. We don't need to keep all this garbage. Delete. Delete. All right, we can get rid of that one too. Be careful about deleting. I always very easily, really annoyingly delete really important things all the time. I get like delete crazy. I'm like, clean this crap up. What's going on? Blah! And yeah, then I delete everything. It's really not a good plan. Okay, real quick question here. This is what I wanted to duplicate. And I want to hide that. Let's come in here. And we are just going to get rid of that. Delete hidden. Close holes. All right. And let those bring this up. Let those bring this up. All right. So do we want that? Hello. Is everything locked? What the? Oh. No? Do I have edit turned off? Is anyone identifying the problem that I'm having right now? No, no start. You're not negative. Center. Gizmo move. Nope. What in the hell? Oh, I had that lock on. That was bizarre. All right. Okay. No. No, actually I don't. I'm just making this up, man. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So yes, the answer is two side. Delete. 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 And now we'll go back to our little groover here. Much better. I can roll with that. Nope, I tell you, it's 13 years for me to discover I have no damn clue what I'm doing in this program. Every time. Every time. I'm amazed. Let's turn symmetry on. Kermit, you let me down. You were supposed to be there for me. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hold on, let us hide this, hide this. Well, actually, that's seating okay. Is this just so I can learn? You're like, obviously you have no idea what you're talking about. All right. So that is now something completely different. So what we're going to do, boop, let's fill this in. So take your stone, flip it, turn what you're working on. Now go to this, make your stone visible, and now with it flipped you can see when your material starts to intersect with the model. Everyone get that? What the hell? Come on. I don't want quick pick. I want my clay tubes back. What happened here? Oh, goodness gracious, I'm falling apart over here. Come on. Brush. My brush. Stroke. Z plugin. Alright. Come on. Why are you not? There we go. Goodness gracious. Where's my clay tubes? There we go. Why didn't that go back? Whatever. I'm not even gonna fight it. Just let it happen. Shh. Just let it happen. It'll be okay. And so now, by doing this build up with the flipped stone, I can see that all of this is intersecting the stone, right? So that way when I trim this, this is actually going to seat on the stone that we have here in front of us, right? Because before, this was